Resentment rarely appears all at once. It often builds quietly when something feels unfair, unresolved, or emotionally important. You may keep thinking about what someone did, replay old conversations, or feel irritated whenever the person comes to mind. Sometimes resentment continues even after the original situation has ended because the emotional meaning attached to it was never fully processed. Understanding what is feeding your resentment can help you stop carrying an old conflict into the present. Number 1. You feel deeply wronged. Resentment can grow when you believe someone treated you unfairly and never truly acknowledged the harm. You may feel that an apology was missing, the consequences were unequal, or your perspective was ignored. When the experience remains unresolved, your mind may repeatedly return to it in an attempt to make sense of what happened. Recognizing the injustice is important, but staying mentally trapped inside it can keep the original experience emotionally active. Number 2. You never expressed what you really felt. Sometimes resentment develops because you stayed silent when something genuinely hurt you. You may have avoided confrontation, tried to keep the peace, or convinced yourself that the issue wasn't important enough to discuss. But unexpressed anger doesn't necessarily disappear. It can resurface later as irritation, emotional distance, sarcasm, or repeated frustration. Learning to communicate your boundaries and feelings honestly can prevent smaller disappointments from accumulating into deeper resentment. Number 3. You keep replaying the past. Resentment becomes stronger when your mind repeatedly revisits the same event. You may imagine what you should have said, how the other person should have behaved, or what would have happened if things had been different. Each replay can make the emotional reaction feel current again. Reflecting on the past can be useful when it leads to understanding or action, but repeatedly reliving it without a new conclusion can keep you attached to the original hurt. Number 4. You expect the other person to fix everything. Resentment can remain powerful when you are waiting for someone else to provide the apology, explanation, or closure you believe you need. Sometimes that repair is appropriate, but you cannot always control whether another person understands what they did or takes responsibility for it. Waiting indefinitely for someone else's response can give them continued influence over your emotional state. Taking responsibility for your own boundaries and healing does not excuse what happened. It gives you back some control over what happens next. Number 5. The hurt has become part of your story. Over time, resentment can become connected to how you understand yourself or the relationship. You may start seeing yourself primarily as the person who was betrayed, ignored, disrespected, or treated unfairly. When the story becomes part of your identity, letting go can feel almost like minimizing what happened. But moving forward does not require pretending the experience was acceptable. It means recognizing that something painful happened without allowing it to define every future interaction. Your resentment may be fueled by feeling deeply wronged, keeping your feelings unspoken, repeatedly replaying the past, waiting for someone else to provide closure, or allowing the hurt to become part of your identity. The goal isn't to pretend that what happened didn't matter. It's to stop giving an old experience unlimited control over your present. You can acknowledge the hurt, protect your boundaries, learn from it, and still choose not to carry the same emotional weight forever.